to get to Ukraine as well, but because we have that breaking news and because you're helping liaison between the House and the Senate on this spending bill, let's get your reaction to what he just said.
First of all, Speaker Johnson's doing a phenomenal job. The fact that he's working so closely with the Senate, with the White House, and then being able to bring a coalition of a very, very slim majority to be able to pass these much-needed tough bills. I mean, the reconciliation package, our budget was very difficult to pass. The idea that he's been able to bring a coalition, including the Freedom Caucus, together with President Trump's help to be able to pass the CR, I think it puts the Democrats in a very tough position. It's also going to be up to now Republicans in the Senate, which will be able to get 51 or 52 votes on that. But then it's going to be up to to Schumer to actually be able to allow his members to vote for it or choose to shut down the government. I think Speaker Johnson said that.
I'm sorry to ask. I should know this.
Yeah.
It's 60 votes to pass the Senate?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
So we can. Yeah, it's a 60 votes for the CR. For the reconciliation, it's just a simple majority. For the budget, it's a simple majority. For the CR, it is 60. So the most we can deliver in the Senate is 53 Republican votes. That's the most. We'll probably do 51, maybe 52. But the rest of it is up to the Democrats. And so if Schumer wants to have another Schumer shutdown like he did in 2018, that'll be up to him. The Democrats will make a decision now if they're going to shut down the government or they're not. Republicans will do our part. They're going to deliver it, as Speaker Johnson said, in the House. We will deliver our 50-plus votes in the Senate, and then it'll be up to Schumer to deliver the rest of them.
I know that Washington isn't awash in logic and common sense all the time, but I'm trying to figure out what is the leverage that the Democrats would have at this point?
Well, I really don't know their argument. In fact, they should consider this some type of win. Let's think about this, Dana. If we shut down, who controls the government at that point? It's the President of the United States. He will deem essential and non-essential. He'll deem what agencies stay open, what agencies don't. He'll have full control over the government at that time. In this case, this should be something that they would enjoy doing. What the Republicans are wanting to do is say goodbye to the Biden administration and put them behind us. Cut the umbilical cord, move forward, and start working on President Trump's agenda moving forward, putting the DOGE Act's cuts in place, and make sure that we are securing America's future. But we can't do that as long as we keep fighting over Biden's leftovers, and that's what FY25 is. It's Biden's leftovers. For the Democrats, it should be a win for them because, unfortunately, there's some policies in there that Republicans didn't necessarily like, but we wanted to keep the government open underneath the Biden administration. This is those same policies that are in place for another 6 months. Now, keep in mind, Chuck Schumer should have already did this. He should have already delivered these appropriation bills. He had these on his desk since the end of July of last year, and he chose not to bring up not a single, Dana, not a single appropriation bill underneath his leadership, which is shameful.
And I know that for a lot of you, when you get to Congress, you're like, why aren't we doing the work we were sent here to do? I want to ask you one last thing. The Dow's down about 500 points right now. Do you think that in addition to whatever uncertainty people feel about the tariffs, is the shutdown talk having an effect here?
It always does. Unfortunately, it always does. So you have a combination of three things happening. One, the market's kind of correcting itself. There was a large bump after Trump got elected because the people were excited about it. It's got to adjust. And then you have the shutdown talks, and you have the tariff that's overhanging, especially with Canada and Mexico. You know, in the tariffs talks, people have to separate those in two separate buckets. We have reciprocal tariffs that the president is trying to expand our economy and our reach to be able to have parity with other countries, which is what we should be doing. With Canada and Mexico, it's about national security. They continue to allow the cartels and trafficking and fentanyl to fly across our northern and southern border, and we have to have their help. If they don't want to help us in the manner that we need, then we have to have something to get their attention, and that's what the tariffs on Canada and Mexico is about. We'd prefer not to do that, but they're not partnering with us to help fight crime, and the crime's coming from their side of the country flowing into our country.
Senator Mark Wayne Mullin, thanks for jumping into that breaking news for us. Talk to you soon.